This project between Ashley and myself was born out of exercises that Ashley used with actors to establish a naturalistic and personal connection to the way their body moves. When I was first hearing this, I thought it was a simplistic goal and possibly unnecessary one, but then I realised, well, our speech and our dress are not based on individual decisions, and sometimes based on codes and conventions, that the movement could possibly be the same. And without knowing too much about this, we came together and I shot Ashley in a video in the photographic studio that has a curved background on a hyperbolic curve. We discussed the lighting. We said, well, I was saying maybe we could go into a more dramatic thing and have only one redhead with a heavy shadow, and we went that way for the first part. And I was really pleased with the single shadow thing, and it became one of the themes of the day. And I tried a couple of zooms and close-ups, but it seemed to be wrecking the story and the beauty of the actions. After the first session, I talked about shooting just a shadow with him out of shot. It worked really well, though the shadow was very distorted and gave it a sort of an Aladdin genie shape. I was intrigued with it, I just didn't understand what to do with it. We did a couple of things with hand shadows after that, and even though they looked great through the camera, I'm looking at them later, it seemed pretty boring compared to the whole body thing that we're trying to do before. In the plan, I started to manipulate the image around colours, contrasts. I wanted to make them strong. As graphic designers, we just see the part where you have a resource and it's just the starting point of what you're going to do with it. So I took single frames back into Photoshop to see what other manipulations I could have. And the first part is I went to black and white, but then unfortunately it looks like an iPod commercial. So I tried to work ways to maintain that soft edge to it. Then I thought I could take Ashley out of the image without putting him out of shot and manipulate him through Photoshop about taking him out. But it seemed like a giant job, and I have to look at ways to make it easier. But if I did it for 10 minutes, it's 600 seconds, 12 frames a second, that's 7,200 separate Photoshop files. My initial idea for the project was to have text over the image itself, to connect with the ideas and intentions of the actor. And that seemed, for me, because I'm a topographer, seemed an interesting way to add layers and meaning over the top of things. And so I proposed a scene from a play which we could get the sound from the actors, but also align it up with the text as separate layers, and then as other layers to increase the meaning of intention and purpose of the scene and whatever went on. So, but here in this authentic movement thing, it's sort of giving me a twist where we're not set down into meaning. We're not sort of held by it, and the meaning is certainly interpreted by the viewer. But the body movement is not a language really, but it has a wonderful display and a potential, sort of a potential and opportunity. That's how I sort of see it, this interpretation of it. But I'm really pleased with the idea that it's not dance, that it doesn't define it as art or beauty, but it's some sort of other search. We are defining, as we define ourselves, by movement and the possibilities. For the things that could come ahead for sound, Ashley said that maybe he'd put a soundtrack down with words and sounds to give another layer of performance to the work. Maybe to explore meaning or possibly just a sense of freedom in the same way that the movement and the voice would be the same. I do a bit of flute work, and I was interested in the idea of extending the breath thing that Ashley's got, and maybe just not bring it into music, but bringing it more into melody a little bit to connect that one on. So I've been playing a little bit with that, and so that's about it. It's been an interesting part. I think we need to reshoot now. Reshoot with the idea that he'll be in scene and he'll be taken out, and then we'll explore Ashley's sound and the flute sounds, and then maybe we'll build on with that with the text to see what we are going to say and what the body is saying and what we can extend as a experience in the people who will watch it. Cool. Catch you later.